Hi guys, it's Coach Gigi and my fabulous partner, Holly.
Hi guys.
We wanted to come and talk to you guys about the overwhelm that you feel as a new coach. Because I mean, we've both been there obviously, and we know that when you become a new coach, you have a huge amount of information coming at you. And look at us, we survived with all that information. We made it, and we're here still loving the business today. So we thought we would just kind of break it down for you guys and just explain what you need to be doing now, why we do this, and all that jazz, just to kind of maybe take a little bit of the overwhelm away, if that makes sense. So first of all, I think what's so important with this business that you remember, why do we do this? Like, why are we coaching? We're coaching to help people get healthier. I don't want you to ever think about this business as we're trying to sell products, because that's the great thing about Beachbody, and that's why we all love it so much, is it's not about products. It's not about selling things at all. I mean, yes, eventually you're going to sell something, but in what business are you not selling something? This business, though, is so much more. It's about helping people on their journey to get healthy. And everybody's on a different journey. Some are just urgently wanting to lose weight quickly. Some have just been struggling with this with their whole lives. Some are morbidly obese and just desperately need help before they go to see the doctor for whatever. I mean, there's just so many reasons that people need to get healthy, and we're here to help them. Whether they buy something from us or not, that's like on the way back of our minds. That should not be what you're thinking about. And I'm going to admit, when I got into this business, that was my focus. I got to sell something. I got to sell something. I got to sell something. And it doesn't work that way. I never sold anything, because when you have that on your mind, people can sense that. Even if you're not saying it, you're not like coming out and begging them to buy something. People can sense if you're sincere or not, and you really want to help them. And that's why we always stress, get to know people, get to know their needs. Why do they want to get healthy? Why do they want to learn how to eat better? Why is it for them, their family, their kids, their grandkids, whatever it is? Get to know them rather than just thinking, I have to sell them something, I have to get them in a group, I have to get them to be a coach, whatever. It's about getting to know people and their needs. And that's what I want you guys to really remember. That is the most importante part of this business. And of course, your own why, like why are you doing it? That will really help you stay focused as well when the overwhelm sets in, because it will. So Holly, now that I've gone on forever, what would you like to add to that?
Well, that was really good. And I would agree, it's about taking it back to your why, whether you're for your fitness goals and for your coaching goals and for your health goals. So it all goes back to, why are you doing it? And for me, everything Gigi said applies, but I also take another angle with mine just a little bit. For me, it's personal accountability. Like, being a coach for me has really held me accountable to my goals. And when I'm putting myself out there, when I'm sharing my story, which I know is scary, you guys, like in the beginning, we were terrified of social media and putting ourselves out there, and it wasn't even happening as much 2 years ago when we started doing it as it is now. And so it was some unfamiliar territory for a lot of us that were coaching. And it was just a matter of doing it. And once you start to share your journey with others, people are inspired. And that's why I love to coach. I don't know about you, Gigi, but when you see that others are touched by what you're doing, and they're inspired and they're motivated and they're excited and they want to get involved, that's where the rewards come for me. I rarely look at my account, and we get paid every Thursday. I can't tell you the last Thursday that I looked in there, because to me, that's not where it's at. The reward is what comes from what you're doing for others and serving others and paying it forward. And so when you're doing that, the other will come. And for me, that's where my why takes me. It's personal accountability and just being able to serve others. So I'm going to start, and we're going to go into a little bit about when we first started. I want to show everyone something. When Gigi and I started, when is it? May of 15, I think, is when we started. And I started with this one black little notebook. It's pretty raggedy now. And I got it out tonight just to see, and I opened it up. And the first thing I did, because I was talking to my sister, she's a coach, and she's like, "What? How did you start?" And I'm like, "Well, how did I start?" So I started yanking out my old stuff. Yep. I had one notebook, you guys, when I started. And I started with a national wake-up call. And it's all my notes are right here. And I started listening to those Monday calls and writing down everything I could write down. And then it led into some trainings with my coach, Sarah, and Gigi's coach. And from there, I just have this notebook that's full of stuff. I'm a little more organized today, and I recommend that for you guys too. I have notebooks for the National Wake Up Call. I have binders for my coach trainings. I, in the beginning, was so stuck on what to post on social media that I'm a magazine freak. So this is what works for me. I'm just trying to throw some ideas out there for you guys. But I love magazines, health magazines, Shape. Mm-hmm. I love all of those. So when I read them, I tear out the page if there's something that sticks out to me, and I circle it with an idea that might stick out to me of something that I can post. And I slide it into a plastic sleeve, and I put it in a binder. I have a whole binder of magazine articles that are circled and highlighted, and that when I am really stuck, I go to that binder and get inspiration for my social media posts. So those are some ways that I started in the very beginning. It was just a matter of, just jumping right in with 2 feet really, and listening to trainings and getting into my Coach Online office. If you don't know how to go to your Coach Online office, let us know. All it is logging into your account, going to Coach Online Office, and you're there. From there, there's a tab that says News and Trainings. Get into that. That's something I did right away. I did the basic training. I did the getting started training, and then there's an Emerald training. I did all 3 of those right away.
And there's
that's something I recommend.
That tab that says Start Here. So if you're new, I always recommend you click on that. I think it still says Start Here. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm.
But I think you just click on Start Here, and it literally will take you through step by step what you can do as a brand new coach. And even if you're not a brand new coach and you want a refresher, it's great for that.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I did in my Coach Online office was I set up my EFT management right away, because that's how you get paid, you guys. So if you haven't done that, be sure you do that. Go to in your Coach Online office, go to My Business, My EFT Management, and get your bank account information in there so you get paid on Thursdays. And then I'm just going to recommend one more thing, and then I diverted. I'm sorry, Gigi. I kind of got on a tangent. But
your vital behaviors.
I'm going to recommend you that's your business hours. Like, choose a time for this week and going into next. What time of day are you going to commit to working? You know what? It might not always work. Your schedule might get crazy and it might not work. But set your intentions, set your daily intentions, and make it work. Avoid distractions. And how are you going to do this? You have got to communicate with your families. If you have a family, you've got to let them know. I know Gigi, I have so much respect for her right now. They evacuated. She worked while they were away from their home. They have been without power. They got home tonight, no power. They have a tree laying on their house. Her husband's in the dark cutting a tree up, and she communicated with him that she has this meeting. And so she's upstairs doing a meeting right now. She's so committed to her business, but it's
it's his birthday.
And it's his birthday, you guys. I mean, you can come up with excuses. A tree's laying on my house. It's my husband's birthday. I have no power. This is going to happen because it's life, but you have to communicate with your loved ones and let them know what's going on. If there's something that's important to you and you let them know, I just have a 30-minute meeting or whatever it is, or I need to sit down and just focus for just a small amount of time, your family will support you and love you through that. You've just got to decide if this is really something you're passionate about and something that you want to move forward with, and you got to make the time for it. Okay, I'm done.
Can I go
You.
Can I add something?
Woo! Yep.
Okay, as you guys can see, my power did come on. This is not just crazy lighting.
Yep. Yeah.
But I'll have you guys know that I was asked to do a guest speaker on a team call last night with no power, and I still did it, holding a flashlight over my head. So you can't let excuses, like she was saying, get in the way, because believe me, they will, especially, you know, if you have a regular job too. But this is a business. If you want to work this business and you want this business to be successful, you have to change your mindset and think, I own a company. I have to actually work this business if I want it to work. That is actually not what I was going to talk about.
This is not at all what I was going to talk about either, but that takes me back to my beginning, because we're talking about, you know, as a new coach and you're feeling overwhelmed and all that craziness. My first week of coaching, or my first couple weeks of coaching, we were in Disney World, you guys. I was with my family, and I knew that I needed to get on a couple of calls. I stepped away in the theme park and just said, I need just a few minutes. And I got on a call at the Disney theme park, and I got it done. And then I went back and I resumed. It's pockets of time that you have to just allocate to make things work. And I'm not saying you always have to take away from life and what's going on. Life's important. You have to make time for your spouse still. But it comes down to that communication and making sure that everybody in your family is aware of what you're doing and why it's important to you. So,
True.
Salima, how about you? Do you have anything to add to that? I know you've been coaching for a while. And suggestions?
No, because I haven't really been coaching for that long. I'm just.
Of course you have.
Here.
Yes, you.
Well, I don't consider it. I'm not doing. Well, yeah.
Well, I'm going to jump into some vital behaviors then, because our 4 vital behaviors are what are going to make us really successful. We need to do them daily. They're called daily vital behaviors for a reason. And Beachbody has put these forward knowing that these are the things that have made the top coaches. And so these are the things that we need to be doing daily. So the first one, I'm going to go a little out of order because Gigi is going to cover a couple and I'm going to cover a couple. But the first one is proof that the product works. And this was not planned, but I am sitting here drinking my shake for dinner because my husband's gone and I'm here by myself. So shake for dinner it is. Like every day. There's no reason not to be getting your daily dose of dense nutrition every single day. This is just a non-negotiable in my life, and I know what it does for me, and I know what it does for my body. Your workout, you got to get into your fitness routine. You got to choose a workout, a routine, or what am I trying to say? Choose a program. With it. I knew that word was there. You got to stick with a program, you guys. It's so easy with on-demand to jump all around, but especially during your challenge groups. That's what I kind of encourage my clients. I don't know what you do, Gigi, but stick with a program during those challenge groups. The week in between, if you want to play around and find a new one and have some, today I did some dance fitness because I just felt like I needed to dance it out a little bit. So I did size. But you've got to get your workouts in. That's part of our vital behaviors. And when you're working out and drinking your shake and showing that the difference it's making in your life, it's going to inspire others to do the same. That's where your story begins. Mm-hmm. So the next one that I want to cover quickly is personal development. Every single day, at least 10 minutes. You guys, 10 minutes isn't hard. Put it on while you're in the bathroom doing your makeup or doing your hair. Do it while you're in the vehicle driving your kids somewhere, or whatever. There are pockets of time that you can definitely fit personal development in. If you need suggestions for things to listen to or to read, let us know. We'll help you with that. We've got lists and lists and lists of things that you can do. But those times when you get knocked down, when you hear the word no, it's that personal development, that personal growth that's going to get you through those times. So that is a non-negotiable every single day.
True.
Okay, Gigi, go.
So I'm going to cover the other vital behaviors, but I also want to back it up a little because I know a lot of you newer coaches or coaches that aren't really working the business a whole lot, you don't know what in the world do I do every day. I don't even know where to start. I'm overwhelmed. And so I'm going to tell you a few things that you should be doing every day, and I'm going to tie this in to the 4 vital behaviors. So I always recommend to all coaches, first of all, set a time to work every day. Like I always think like Sunday night's a good time. Look at your schedule, look at the whole week and see, when do I have pockets of time? And then set an alarm on your phone. Because if you don't set that, if you don't set a time, if you don't set it on your alarm or put it on your calendar, write it, whatever it is you need to do, what's going to happen is that your Beachbody work will never happen. Because life will get in the way, everything will get in the way. Your regular job, maybe your kids, whatever it is going to get in the way, and it'll be like 10 o'clock at night and you're like, oh, darn it, I didn't do that Beachbody work again. And next thing you know, 3 months have gone by and you haven't done anything. Believe me, I know. When I first started this business, I owned 3 companies. So I know about how you can shove it off, and then try to cram it all in one day in 1 month. Something ridiculous like that. So I say, because we have our fabulous phones now, or you may like to write things in a calendar, look at your calendar and say, okay, look at this. Mondays, it looks like from 12 to 1, I've got some open time there. I'm going to put that on my calendar. And then Tuesday, maybe Tuesday's so swamped you can't fit it in. So Wednesday, I'm going to double up and I'm going to do it, I don't know, 11 to 12, and then maybe come back at night and do 5 to 6. I'm totally making these hours up. But whatever works in your schedule, put it in the calendar so that either you're looking at it or your phone goes off. It says power hour or whatever you want to call it. And then set a timer. Like when that time comes, like Monday at 12 o'clock, the alarm goes off. It says you need to work. Then set your timer for 1 hour and just focus just for 1 hour or 30 minutes, whatever you can fit in. Otherwise, like I said, it will never happen because you'll keep putting it off because life is going to get in the way. It always does. That's just the way it is. So I wanted to throw that in first before I tell you about your daily activities. So number 1, I always tell people is to friend a minimum of 3 people. So every time you're sitting down to do your work, a minimum of 3 new people. There's so many ways that you can meet people. You can just go to Facebook and friend the people that Facebook brings up. It says, you might want to friend this person and this person, this person. I like to look at them real quick. I don't spend a lot of time, just kind of a little quick scroll to see, are they creepy or do they look like somebody I would like? You don't want to judge them too much because, you don't know. But as long as they're not a coach already or friends with one of us coaches, I'm like, okay, I can be friends with them. So I try to do a minimum of 3 a day. Or 3 every time you're going to sit down and work, a minimum of 3. If you're only working like 2 days a week, you might want to do a lot more than 3. So that's number 1. Number 2, start some new conversations. So an easy one is birthdays. Like there's always going to be people having birthdays on Facebook every day that are your friends. That is an easy one. You can send all those people a happy birthday message, but make sure you end it with a question so you're not just saying happy birthday and then you're gone. Personalize it. Say, hi, Susie, I see it's your birthday. I just really wanted to reach out. And private message, by the way. These are private messages, not on your not on their timeline, newsfeed, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you're private messaging them. And then end with a question. Say, so what are you going to be doing for your big day today? How are you going to be celebrating? What are your big plans? Whatever it is, end with a question so they have to respond to you. Now, for some strange reason, what if there are no birthdays? You can look through all of your many, many friends. Start up a conversation with them. Even if you've never spoken to them a day in your life, you could say, oh my gosh, I just see that we've been friends for like years and I've never even said hello to you. I just saw the cutest picture of your daughter. I just wanted to say hi and say how cute she is. I don't know. something, or your dog. Your dog is so precious. I just wanted to say, how cute is your dog? I love dogs too. I mean, whatever, just, you could do a minimum of 3 new conversations. Usually birthdays will take care of it because there's so many birthdays, as long as you're starting to friend a lot of people. So that's new friends, new conversations. The next one comes to invites, which is our vital behavior. So Holly talked about the other 2 vital behaviors. These are things we do every day. Be a product of the product, work out and drink your shake, read your personal development. And this will come to number 3. It's not really in this order, but it can be whatever order you want. Invite. So Holly and I are always running challenge groups. Always. We're going to be running them every month for the rest of our lives. So you always have something to invite people to. I'm assuming Holly has events just like I do, events on Facebook. You can add people to that. I think that's the easiest way to invite people, because if you add everybody you know, or a lot of people, to that event, it's much easier to send them a private message and say, oh, by the way, you might have seen that I sent you this invite to my whatever boot camp. I just thought you might be interested in joining us. Something of that nature. I know you guys have seen my scripts. Holly can share her scripts. Obviously, you can word it however you want. But that's the easiest way to invite people. So you could do a minimum of 3 a day. If an event is getting ready to come up, I would do a lot more than that. But it's so easy. You can copy and paste the same thing to everybody. Like, that takes just a few minutes. I try to personalize it a little, like I use their name, and then I end it with, I don't know, how's your cute dog? Or how is the summer for you? I don't know, something that's not just salesy sounding. So that is such an easy way to invite people. Holly and I also are always doing coach sneak peeks. You can add so many people to that event and do the exact same thing. If you think they have a potential to be a coach, or you think they'd really love to be in it for the accountability and the discount, send them a message. Say, oh, you might have seen I added you to our coach sneak peek invite or event, whatever it's called. Blah, 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 blah. We can give you a script for that too. So those are 2 things that you can easily be inviting to all the time, because we run them every single month. And don't worry about what to say. Holly and I can give you the scripts. And if you start having a conversation with somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, I really don't know what to say to this person, or you're brand new and you really don't know what to say to people, Holly and I would be more than happy to get on like a 3-way conversation with you and help you talk through it with that person. We want to make it as easy for you as possible. Or you could just tell us how are they responding. We can help you with that too. But it sometimes helps to have us come on there too and carry on in the conversation. I mean, we could just do all this with a private message. You can start like a 3-way private message, and we will come on and help you talk to those people so that you're not overwhelmed. I apologize for the leaf blowing going outside. Is that loud?
It's just fine. It's awesome. I mean, it's sad. It's
sad, but he won't stop.
It's
so anyway, that was my spiel about the invites. So that is something you need to be friending every day, new conversations every day, invites every day. Those are 3 very easy ways to be starting in your business, growing, expanding your network, and reaching out to people. And all of that is done in private messages. Yes, we can post all day long and do all that, but if you're not privately talking to people, they're probably not going to come out and jump at you and go, oh, please help me. Eventually that does happen, but you have to be in the business for a while for people to start coming to you. So that's oh, and let me not forget, we also love to have co-hosts help us in our challenge groups, especially once my coaches have gone through my new coach training, I add them to the challenge group to help me co-host. I know Holly does the same thing. And that is another way to kind of get your feet wet, learn more about the challenge group, learn more about the business and how you can keep running the events with us, or you can go off and run your own by yourself or with a fellow coach. So that's something that we also do. And we show you exactly how to do it. We're not going to just say, here, go, post something in the group. Like, we'll tell you what to post, the days that you're posting, how to go into the app, do all that jazz. Am I leaving anything out about these special invites, Holly?
No, I think that's good. Yeah, I would love to have some co-hosts. I know we have a group starting Monday. Do you have one starting Monday?
I have one Monday too.
And I would love to have some help with that, and I'm sure you would too. It's great to be an intern, if you will, in these groups and get that practice and have us there guiding and directing you. And it's good experience for you to take the lead role because it takes your accountability again to another level. Mm-hmm. And when you know that you're the leader of that group and you're the one posting for that week or those days or whatever it is, you will feel that whole next level all come together. And so we would expect you to be interacting with challengers and supporting them and loving on them. Again, it's not hard, and we will help you through that. I would like to go back to the event pages for just a second. Mm-hmm. That when you invite people into our groups that we've given you the link, and I'm sure Gigi has in our team page, to our current challenge group. When you invite friends in there, it's going to say that your name invited so-and-so. So there is no confusion. If we have 5 coaches inviting into one event page, that's okay, because it's going to specify who invited who so that nobody's stepping on anyone's toes. So please don't be concerned about that. Just get people in there so that we can get some things going. And then we want to treat that page like a blank billboard. It's a great place to start posting testimonials and motivation and whatever it is to get eyes on your information and what your challenge groups have to offer. So I kind of look at it as just a blank billboard, a place to start advertising, if you will.
True. And even with when Holly and I run our coach sneak peeks, we always want to have help with coaches on that one as well. Holly and I will be posting like the main stuff, like all the graphics and the stuff about money, how you make money and all that stuff. But we love to have more coaches come in there and talk about why are they coaching, how did they get into the coaching business, how did they discover Beachbody, what has it done for them, whatever. I mean, it could be like a 2-minute video if that's all you want to do. And that's all. We are now running those in closed groups. So it's a great way to get comfortable talking on video, going live, because it's not seen by the whole public world, just in our little closed group. So that's another way to help us run a different type of group. That's a coaching event. And of course, we run our challenge group. So those are 2 events that we always love to have help with. So my last vital behavior is recognition. And maybe you're thinking, I'm brand new, I don't have anybody to recognize yet. And you may not have a whole bunch of people to recognize yet. But once you start running a free group, even if you're in one of our challenge groups, you may have a friend that gets in there too. You want to recognize those people, because that is going to really help them on their journey too, especially when they see that you have recognized them for what they've done, what they've accomplished. Even if they didn't lose any weight, it doesn't really matter, because it's more about how are they feeling, the fact that they checked in every day. And even if it's just a free group you're running, maybe you're going to give away a prize at the end of your free group. You can recognize that person out on Facebook, maybe do a little graphic with their name and just say, I'm so proud of Susie Q. She checked into my free group every day and she won such and such prize, or whatever. It could, or she drank 100 ounces of water every day. I mean, it could be the biggest thing, the littlest thing, a lot of weight loss. You don't have to mention weight at all. I mean, basically, it's just about recognizing these people so that they see that you're recognizing their hard work and that they have checked in every day and they're working hard. Whatever it is they're doing doesn't have to be a weight loss thing. So I feel like I was going to say something else about that, and I don't know what it was.
Well, I would just say, even if you're stuck on recognition, if you're new and you don't, the Beachbody blog has tons of transformations.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can use. And I today just posted one that said, I'm so proud of Brooke, which I am. I don't know her, but I'm so excited for her and proud of her because she really had a great story to tell. And so I used her story, and just nobody has to know that I don't know her personally. True. I just recognized her and her success, and if she sees it, I hope she would see that I was proud of what she did. So
that is true. Yeah, I tend to forget that Beachbody does have a lot of those tools for us to use. And just say she's a fellow coach. Nobody has to know, just like Holly says. I've actually just did that recently. This will be a whole nother call, so I'm not going to get into this, but you do want to make sure you're not coming out there and saying, Susie just completed the 21-day shift shop workout, and this is exactly what the program is like. Because then, you know, people are getting too much information, then they're going to go on Amazon, they're going to buy the shift shop workout. So you still want to add that little bit of curiosity, that little bit of mystery. It says, I'm so proud of Susie. She completed this 21-day workout, this agility type workout. I don't know, just whatever it is. I know I've spoken to my coaches a lot about that, but
that's good advice though. As a new coach, you want to be really careful that you're not out using the word Beachbody, that you're not out using specific program names, because you want to tell your story so that people will turn to you to give them guidance and give them those recommendations. And so are you still with me? What do you got going on there?
It's a bug!
Oh.
It's the beauty of live video.
Yes.
So now there's a dead bug sitting on my keyboard. Just want y'all to know.
Yeah, well,
lovely.
You may find a few more of those in your cleanup process.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more of them. So anyway, did I leave anything? Oh, just remember this, guys, your 4 vital behaviors, and I'm sure we've sent you a file to show you what it looks like, but you've got to remember to do your be product of the product, working out, drinking your shake, eating healthy, showing it to the world, reading your personal development, inviting, and recognition. So those are the 4 things that we do every single day in this business. Make sure you schedule it every day so your little alarm goes off. Pick the time that works for you. It doesn't have to be morning like a lot of people. It could be night, afternoon. It could be whatever works in your schedule. And we are always here to help because we know the overwhelm is huge. And you may be scared to even be putting yourself out there. But don't forget, you have no idea who you could be helping by starting to share your journey. You could be helping somebody that's struggling so badly with who knows what. And by you starting to share you and your journey and what you're going through, you could be helping them so much. So remember that, as opposed to, oh, I'm too scared to take a picture of myself and put it out there. Because guess what? It's not about you. It really isn't. This whole business is not about us. It's about helping others. And that's why we do this.
Get a notebook. Start with a notebook.
Get a notebook. Write it all down, because it's going to be a lot of information. A lot of information. I'm sure
a lot of information.
Has probably several notebooks.
Yes. Get an organization system. Get a notebook. Be sure you're listening to the National Wake Up Call on Mondays. If you're not hearing them, listen to the replay. Janelle Summers is our upline. I hope everybody knows that. She's Shalene Johnson's sister. She's amazing, and we are so fortunate to have access to her trainings. Her trainings are on Wednesdays They're available through her website. I know I have a link on our team page. I'm sure you do too, Gigi. But you have to have a username and password to get in, and then there's tons of training material, tons. Utilize it. Those are 2 things weekly that as new coaches, I would definitely be doing those things.
So I think that's it, actually. I don't think I have anything else. So I know it's a lot of information, but just don't forget, we're here to help always. Don't let the overwhelm get to you and go running to the hills. We're here to help. We're here to break it down and get it more organized for you.
And we'll do some more of these, but we would really like it if you guys have specific questions. We hope that you'll post them. Post your comments or your questions below this video. We want to know where you're feeling overwhelmed, where you're struggling, where you need direction and help, because again, we know it's a lot, but we want to pull that together with you for you, and we want to give you that direction. So we're going to try to do some more of these type trainings. Even though we have coach trainings, we just want to splash some of these in too. So hopefully this helped. Don't feel overwhelmed.
Don't feel overwhelmed. We're here for you.
One day at a time.
Guys. So I'm going to stop the recording now. Thanks, guys.